What's going on, y'all? It's your man ES the Hermit Star back again with another video, and I'm here to do the general read for the sign of Cancer. So if you have Cancer in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. This is the general read for the first week of October. So yeah, let's get to it. Spooky season is upon us. Hopefully this is not a spooky reading for you. It's looking kind of spooky on the shuffling side. Anyways, we here. If you are interested in a personal reading, booking one with me, you are able to do so. Email is in the description box. As always, email me first if you want to book one. I will never reach out to you via social media or email you first asking you if you want an email. If you want a reading or offering any other type of service. If anyone does reach out to you claiming to be me, offering services, asking you for readings, it is a scammer. So just be mindful of that. So you and Scorpio don't really seem to have any jumpers. You know, I just did the Scorpio reading. If so, you might have Scorpio in your chart, but no real jumpers. So I'm just going to pull these 3 cards for y'all. And that'll be that. That'll be your reading. All right. Let's see what they are. Okay. So we start off with the Magician. So this is you. And again, if the glare is crazy, I apologize. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. You can see. Anyways, if you're hard at seeing, like I can be, this is the Magician card. So this is you being determined to actually get something done. You being resourcefulness. You using your creativity, your smarts, your wits, your skill to make something happen. You know, your magic, essentially, to make something happen. That's a great thing to see. Hopefully you continue with that energy, because the rest of the reading, you do have the 7 of Wands in reverse. So this is you, in a sense, being defensive and overwhelmed about something, whatever that is. You know what it is. It could possibly have to do with whatever you're creating. You know, you're feeling overwhelmed. Are you a writer? You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to you for being a writer if you are. I say that because I'm a writer. So I know when I can be very overwhelmed at times, you know, when I'm in creative mode, when I'm trying to, you know, work on releasing a book, or you know, trying to submit a script to a contest, or submit a script or something, or editing things, or submit something as far as my written work. That can be very, 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 and I've been doing it for a long time, been writing for a long time, and I still get overwhelmed. You know, I don't have Cancer in my big 3, but I definitely still get overwhelmed when I am in creative, like not necessarily in creative mode, but when on the other side, I must just put it out of creative mode. When it's like you've created this thing, now it's time to work at putting it out there. Now it's time to submit it. Now it's time to, you know, get edit and all this other stuff. So yeah, still in creative mode, because editing, if you ever edited and formatted a book by yourself, it is a Can I curse now? 4 minutes in? Alright. 4:15. I'm gonna wait till 4:20. 4:20. It is a bitch! I'm sorry, y'all. It is a bitch to format books. Oh my God. To the book formatters out there, I don't envy y'all. Y'all do a great job. The reason as to why I've decided to do it myself is because I can't afford y'all. Because y'all do so great of a work, I don't want to underpay y'all. But at the same time, your job is hard as hell. Anyways, I don't know if you're a writer, but it seems as though whatever you're creating, Cancer, that it is bringing in the feelings and emotions of being overwhelmed. And this can be someone who is, again, being super defensive now because they're in an overwhelming feeling. No matter what you're doing in life, when you're overwhelmed, you're not necessarily in the right headspace to interact with people, respond to people. Unless, there are some people who deal with the pressures of, deadlines and errors and doing things that they're not necessarily good at. They deal with that type of pressure appropriately. But when one is overwhelmed, not saying that they lack the skill to do the thing that is bringing them overwhelmed, it's just not an area of expertise, which is fine. We all have areas where we're not. Like, there's some of y'all probably watching right now, you're like, that's amazing that you're a writer. I can't write a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just an area of my expertise, or another one, because this is also an area of expertise for me. But I'm still learning. Let me not. But you do end off with justice in reverse. So unfortunately, this is not a type of energy. I feel as though if you are trying to create something, especially, this is not the energy that you want. Granted, no one wants to feel overwhelmed either. But to me, this is a normal feeling, as far as when you're in a creative process, or when you're doing something, when you're working towards something. Let me put it that way, right? When you're working towards something, whether you're a creative individual or not, feelings of overwhelm is like, to me, it's bound to happen. Not to everyone, not all the time. But if this were to show up in a reading like this, where it seems as though you're working towards something, I am not too concerned about you feeling, overwhelming feelings coming in. It's not good. I'm not saying, you should relish in being overwhelmed. No. Because again, as someone who understands the overwhelming feeling of trying to get that thing that you're creating out there, trying to make sure it's perfected, in quotation marks, or just, I know I understand all of that. Trust me, I do. But this is someone who is dishonest. This is someone who is, pretty much corrupt and vengeful. I can't say, because again, you only got these 3 cards. I mean, I could pull another one and see what's next. All right. 4 of Pentacles in reverse, though. That's at the top of the deck. Just to be nice, let's see what's the energy that's your. Okay, now we're getting there somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So it seems as though that this is the energy that you're unknown of. It was at the bottom of the deck, so you're not aware of this, but I'm making you aware of it now, because I feel as though it's going to really help out, definitely with the overwhelming aspect, but really help out with the last 2 cards prior to this. Again, Justice in reverse and the 5 of Pentacles. Did I say 4? I meant 5. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. You need to realize that you're the one who is locking yourself up, or you realizing actually that you're locking yourself up. When it's in this position, reverse, this is you actually taking control and believing into yourself, believing that whatever this thing that's got you overwhelmed, whatever it is, and it's got you to a point where you're damn near just you're being, it seems as though you're working at creating something, and I'm kind of glad I pulled these 2 cards now. It's giving me a little bit more clarity, if it applies, of course. But I think you're in this mode because you were excommunicated by a group. And even though this came before this, I feel as though that you knew something was coming. Like you knew this was coming, essentially. Like you knew that there was going to be a loss. where people were going to reject you, and you had emotions of like being spiteful, vengeful, and you were on an attack mode essentially. But you get out of that with this idea of, I don't need those people to believe in me. I believe in me. You know, whatever this thing that, and this is why I kind of do get the sense that you might be a creator, or a sense of like you're working hard towards something. Whatever you're working hard at, it is causing you to be overwhelmed. But these people in your life that you thought were your family, supporters, you thought you were in communion with, they revealed themselves. They revealed that they don't have any faith in you. They don't believe that you can pull off the thing that you are creating. And, you know, that brought in, again, the justice reverse. Or you knew, or you just, you know, you're probably super intuitive yourself, and you're sensitive to energies like I am. And you just know how people feel about you, or you have a sense, because I'm not right all the time, just 98%. But you do have a sense of when people feel a certain way about you. And again, with me personally, I find myself being more right than wrong. I'm going to put it that way, even when they don't say it. Hardly ever has anyone have said how they felt about me when they was in this type of energy. No one has ever made it clear verbally that they wanted to remove me from, you know, the group essentially, or they wanted to outcast me. You know, it was through their energy, it was through their actions, their attitude, but it was never through words. So you might have that same intuitive power to where, again, this justice in reverse, and I'm kind of like reading backwards now, but I really want to point that you are in this mode simply because you felt that energy. You felt that energy of, again, the Five of Pentacles. You felt that energy of, these people don't really mess with me. They don't really mess with me because they don't believe that I can do this thing that I'm working at, whatever that thing is, once again. But then again, you do get it together at the end when you realize that you don't need their belief in order for you to achieve this thing. You got it. You need belief in yourself to get the thing done. And yeah, you know, I feel the same way about my creation. I feel the same way about what I do over here. You know, at the end of the day, I do really love the fact that people subscribe. I do love the fact that people have gravitated to the things I've said. But ultimately, what's going to keep me doing this is my own personal self-belief. It don't matter how many comments I get, good, bad, whatever, right? Or favorable or not so favorable, right? It don't matter how many other people say I have a talent for this. Again, as I've mentioned, I feel as though I've mentioned this. I did on the podcast, the Earnest Thoughts Tarot Cast, which, you know, I always forget to leave that in the description box below, but I'll leave it in the description here since I mentioned it. But I've mentioned how I got into tarot and spirituality because there were people who pretty much said that I was made for this, right? But it took me so long. Like, these aren't just recent comments. Like, this channel is not an old channel, right? But my journey in spirituality and just tarot in general, it's been quite some time, you know? And I've been getting comments like that for the longest, and I didn't believe in myself. So I never really did readings for anybody. I didn't even read for myself, you know? And so when I started to more so believe that I do have, you know, a talent for this, I do have the knowledge for readings, I started with myself, of course, just exclusively reading for myself. But then it transitioned to, obviously, what I'm doing here. So I only bring that up just to say that the only belief you need to get that thing started is yourself. Is your self-belief. That's the only belief you need. You don't need anybody. You don't need my belief, even though I believe in you. I do. But you don't need my belief. You don't need these people's beliefs. I know it hurts. Trust me, I know it hurts. As someone, again, who is a creator, someone who does their own thing in general, I know it hurts when the very people that you was in communion with X you out because they see you doing something that, and in all honesty, they're only saying they don't believe you can do it. It's because they don't believe they can do it. All right, but we're not going to get into their energy and all of that. Not in this video here. But like, that's the reason as to why they don't believe you, is because they don't believe they can do it. So then they're projecting it onto you. But you, again, you don't need their belief. You need your own belief. So remember that, Cancer. Anyways, that's your reading. Like I said, I'm glad the universe told me to choose these cards. Let me not put them away yet. But yeah, this has been your general read for the first week of October. All right. Appreciate you for trusting me to be your reader for today, or at least one of your readers for today, or even this week. If you are brand new here, subscribe please, or consider hitting that subscribe. That helps out a lot. Share this video, like the channel, share the channel as well. I mean, like the video, share the channel, video, all that stuff. And feel free to comment if this relates to you in any way. Please let me know in the comment section below. I'm curious to see how it works out for you, you know. And even if you want to tell me what's this thing you want to work toward, if you want to reveal that, go right ahead, you know. If you're interested in a personal reading, you're able to book that with me. Simply email me. You can find my email in the description box, as well as, again, the Earnest Thoughts Tarot Cast, where I go in more depth about, you know, spirituality, this, that, and the third, life in general. You'll see that stuff there. But yeah, go check that out. And just remember, I will never reach out to you. And, you know, yeah, I will never reach out to you. So anyone does reach out to you claiming that to be me offering personal reads or any other service, it's a fake. So yeah. Anyways, until next time, until next video, y'all take care. Peace out.